Hey everybody, welcome to Wine Best Wednesday. Almost all the way through August here. Crazy time in our lives. Hope you guys are all doing well. Quick market update. Not a ton's changed. I did hear this morning that they rolled back the 0.5% quote unquote tax that they were going to assess these refinances to December 1st. So that gives us a little time here. I've also heard that that might not be 100% true, that they're going to actually pass that on to the buyer. So keep an eye on that. That's kind of a refinance thing kind of coming down the pike. But if you do have to refinance, now might be a good time to get in that game before that maybe changes for a little bit coming December 1st. Refinances are taking a long time in the pipeline just because of purchases being so crazy right now. So that's that on the lending side. Interest rates still remain pretty good, right around 3 there. But definitely keep an eye on those. There's some news coming tomorrow regarding inflation, I think, that may have a little effect on it, may bump them up a little bit. So take a look on that stuff. Always contact your trusted mortgage lender on that. As far as that goes, it's just kind of what it is. We still are seeing bidding wars, multiple offers on situations. Just know who you got going to bat for you as a realtor there. Today I want to talk a little bit about my experience as a landlord. I've owned a rental since 2003 now, so 17 years. Back when you could have some seller paid down payment. My dad is a realtor too, and he helped out a little bit as well to get me into that first home as a college student. Became very knowledgeable in the ways of renting rooms out to my friends in Fort Collins. Love all you guys that live there with me, but we had some fun times and some tough times for sure. I've held on to that through my early adulthood here. I still like to pretend I'm young. Rented it out, never had any issues. Probably, I think in January or February this year. No, it was not then. Probably in December of last year, I got a call. Hey, we've been painting this spot on the ceiling in the bedroom and haven't told you. Well, our paintbrush just went through the roof. So I had some moisture going on there. So that was a major headache. Had some mold issues from a roof leak that they did not notify me about, which cost me a lot of money. So when I went up there, it was time to flip this around and kind of get through with it. And so I did that. We took out a HELOC. You can take a HELOC out on rental properties sometimes to kind of front the money. Hired a contractor who went through and completely renovated the place. And I'm going to kind of show you here. Let's see here. We'll do this. I'm going to kind of show you what I ended up going with on that. So here's my screen here. I'm going to share it with you. I'll get that out. But basically, we came up to this as a landlord. Never really put a whole lot into the place. This is what it looked like middle of March this year. You see creepy spray paint face on the windows here. The kitchen, obviously a mess. Dark tile here. This is kind of just the general character of the property. It had been beaten up pretty good. As we went through, we got a HELOC and kind of went through that piece, fixed it up, and this is what it looks like today. Luckily, with no money down or no money really out of pocket, a little bit, we used the HELOC to completely renovate the home inside out, new roof, new flooring, new paint, new texture, new kitchen, new bathrooms, and just completely overhaul this home to make it like this. So there was definitely good, bad, and ugly there. I went through a lot of feelings. All right, here we are. So just kind of those pictures tell you what we went through. It was not easy. We haven't had a tenant in there since February, a paying tenant since really January. So we had to have a little money. We used some of the HELOC to cover that rent and cover the bills. Had some good contractors that went in there and really took care of me as well as the property, did it right. And just yesterday it appraised for the needed value. So if you're a numbers person, I can talk you through that a little bit. We had the home appraised at $350 on a drive-by appraisal in April, I think, when we got the HELOC. We put approximately 75 to 80,000 into it. Most of that being from the home equity line of credit, which is basically using the home's equity to make it better. And then we listed it, I think July 4th weekend. It was on for a while. We tried to list it at 430. We ended up at 423.5. And just yesterday it appraised at 420,500, which is our contract price. So we are walking away. We're going to obviously pay off the HELOC and do all that. We'll still have $100,000 plus in equity that we will be rolling over into our first duplex. The duplex we are purchasing for $490,000. Our mortgage with that big down payment from our previous rental that we fixed up will land us about 25% down, and our payment will be quite nice on that, and we'll hopefully look to rent it for about $3,000. So basically what we're doing is taking the equity from this home. It's a single family home, as you saw, buying a duplex and hopefully increasing our cash flow on that. Ultimate goal is to have some of these paid off by retirement and use them as income. But with that said, I talk to people every day. You know, it's been a rough 17 years on that property, and obviously I was very lucky. My dad helped me out when I went to college on that. Not a ton of money, but obviously his expertise and the fact that seller could pay down payment at that time was pretty important. So what we did was purchase that. I've rented it out. It's paid for itself. We actually have refinanced it and purchased one other single family with that in the past. And now we're looking to buy our first duplex, which is under contract through inspection. You have to do a 1031 exchange or you have to pay capital gains. And on that, it would be a big capital gain because I've owned it for so long. So I'd have to pay back some of the appreciation and depreciation. So that's kind of what makes up a capital gains tax. With the 1031 code, you can hire an intermediary to put your money into on the side, and then take that money straight from the intermediary to put it fully into the next property, which is valued more than I'm selling the other one for, like kind investment property, and avoid those capital gains taxes until I sell the investment property outright and don't do an exchange, which I hope I don't have to do, and I hope the exchange rules stay the same. But just a huge opportunity, but I would be lying to you if I told you it didn't come with headaches. Obviously, you know, having to use some of the equity to fix it up. It's been there 17 years. We haven't had any major anything. I think I put a water heater into it. We've, painted, we've recarpeted once, but it was a mess this time when we went up there and just kind of pulled the trigger on that. So it was a great opportunity. Just know that investing in real estate, as long as you are in it for the long haul, is huge. I mean, there literally couldn't have been more wrong with that house when I walked into it at the beginning of this year. And now it's taken care of. We did everything right. We took care of the mold issues. We pulled the permit on the roof. We left everything as it was, electrical, plumbing, that stuff, so we didn't have to pull any permits per the city. We talked to them in advance and made sure we had good people go in there, demo, take care of everything, flooring, good professionals, electrical, and just literally take care of every step and do it the right way. And we're very excited as September 15th comes. Our 9-month-long headache is now hopefully coming to an end. And now we just have to focus on making a few slight upgrades to the duplex we're going to purchase, and then get that rented out and start using other people's money to pay down that mortgage, which is super nice, and also provide nice place for people to live, which is also cool. Super excited about that new property. We'll talk about that some other time. But obviously, now that I've been through it, the good, the bad, the ugly, I'm not just a realtor who sits around and gets the best deal and walks into gold. We've grinded through. Sarah, my wife, and I have, had many conversations. We've put in some work. We redid all the landscaping pretty much on our own, with the help of my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. One long Saturday, we went up there, and it was a dark day. It was a long day, and we put in the manual labor. The rest of it I'm not so good at, so I relied on the professionals. But I'd love to talk to anybody anytime about investment. It's great for sure. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Looks like we're not going to have any basketball this evening due to the protests. We'll see how this goes. Love somebody, love your people, and always let me know if you have any questions about real estate. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.